So now I'm thinking I'm actually going to have someone else to co-host the show with me, and I've got him with me. And the reason for that is because as you know, that I like to cover as many topics as possible, and I want to show you that I don't subscribe to any religion. Not that I want to show it to you. I think most people who've been following me long enough know that anyway. But for some reason, it gives people like if you don't get to speak about certain topics or certain religions purely because of lack of interest or lack of curiosity, people think that, oh, hang on, is he soft on that? Which obviously, as you guys know, I'm not, because on my Urdu channel as well, I initially started the channel to speak about Pakistan and Islam. But then as a lot of fellow Indians came in, and then I had to start talking about Hinduism, I got dragged into it. And now, if you guys are following Twitter, actually, you should follow Twitter. There's a lot of gossips and a lot of stuff happening there on Twitter, so do check out my Twitter. So I want to talk about it. I want to cover Christianity as well, and also what goes on in the Western world as well, and religion's impact on the Western world. Which, as I said, because I mostly cover Pakistan, I'm only watching out for Pakistani news. That's why I think it's important for me to get someone else who's interested in those kind of news. And I've got with me John Richards.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How the devil are you?
I am very good as well. So John Richard is a high school teacher, science teacher, retired. Yes, so he wants to teach us science, and he's a very passionate atheist, just like most of us. And he likes to talk about it. He identifies the problems that religions bring to our daily, what otherwise would be beautiful lives. So I thought, as I said, and by the way, John has his own channel, which please do subscribe to it. It's fairly new. We've spoken in the past, but it's just, I think he had to restart his channel. It's called Free Thought Productions. So please go and share some love and subscribe to his channel. So I want to diversify my content or my reviews. So I thought, well, I am too lazy to look for interesting news in the West. So why not bring someone else on? And that would also make the show a bit more interesting, like a serious, knowledgeable person sitting there with his posh English accent, and me just joking around with, I don't know what style of speaking, but whatever that is. So I thought that'll be good. I think you guys will like it. I actually had a pretty long night. I actually went home. I got home today at about 7:30 a.m. And because people told me that, London transport is amazing. It stays, keeps running all night, blah, blah, blah. And the night buses. I waited at Trafalgar Square for nearly 2 hours. I was like this by the end of it, like this. And I can't remember the number, but that train never came. And I started panicking because my phone was dying. I was like, okay, I got to do something about it. I'm going to start walking towards my destination. But anyway, by that point, I think 7 or whatever time it was, 6:30, the actual normal train started running. So I jumped on that. But yeah, so from 5 o'clock till 6:30 or something, actually 4 o'clock till 6:30, I was just like, okay, what do I do now? So so anyway, where am I going with this? Yeah, my point was, so if I'm boring today, that's because I had a long night. Okay, there you go. There it is. I put it out there.
Can I also say that this is not for public consumption, so don't tell anyone yet. But I am the president-elect for Atheism UK. And as I said, it's not for public consumption because at the moment I'm technically still the vice president, and I won't become the president until August the 7th.
So, right. So president-elect. So when are we going to be able to call you Mr. President? Well, okay. Well, you've just said it publicly, so I don't know. But You are president-elect. Okay, Mr. President, we'll keep an eye out, and we'll wait for your inauguration ceremony, and then we'll be able to call you Mr. President, not Mr. President-elect. In the future, we're going to actually be showing this on his channel as well. So there you go. So please go and subscribe to the channel. It's called Free Thought Production, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me on his channel as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So one of the things I do on my channel is Global Atheist News, which is a weekly review of how religion has impacted humanity from all over the globe.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we want, because we want, I want to cover, because a lot of people tell me that, hey, do you know what happened in Uganda? Do you know what happened in Africa, Congo or something? And I'm like, yeah, I might have heard some news, or maybe I might not even have heard some news. But, it's just because of lack of curiosity or not following it enough. People think that, like I'm just leaving certain countries purposefully alone, which is obviously, like, what am I going to do? I mean, yeah, all right. Congo is paying me not to talk about them. Right. So anyway, so I think in the interest of fairness, as people like to call, I'm going to try to be as diverse in my reviews as possible. And I've got John with me who's going to help me out. So guys, also, I'll update this thing underneath. Obviously, become a patron by going to patreon.com/xmuslim. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both handles are the Haris Sultan. To help me produce more videos like these, support me on Patreon or PayPal.